Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait,
What?
no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Já sei quem é ela. Meu Deus, é a filha daquela porra da vampira, a mulher que eu li o diário. O diário era dela.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
E o que você faz por
What are you
aqui?
doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually,
Sim.
yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night.
É o que eu tenho feito para todos os NPCs
Well,
até agora.
if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Nossa, que idiota, cara.
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Beleza.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have have a life to live, you see? And one day, I'll have my death to face.
Bem realista ela, mas beleza. O que você sabe sobre mim, minha filha?
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Talvez.
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Tá certo. Nossa. Vambora.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of
Nossa.
that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Tá certo. Caralho. Ela quer virar uma vampira pra viver eternamente e controlar o mundo, depois tornar o mundo das mulheres. Cacete, tá certo.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother, and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte, when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
É.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage, just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Caralho, que merda, velho.
Stop playing this game at once, Charlotte. This is unworthy of you, of your mother, and of myself.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed. Please forgive me. That was stupid.
Eu ia botar tome cuidado, mas eu tô com medo dele acabar pegando e mordendo ela mesmo, então...
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Ok.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Beleza. Ué, pera aí, tá faltando alguma coisa aqui. Emily, por que não marcou ela? Marcou agora? Marcou. Encontre a casa de Emily, beleza. Tá onde? Tá aqui. Emily está desaparecida. A gente pode completar isso rapidinho. Tem essa direita aqui, a próxima tem um beco aqui mais pra frente. Aqui. Nada aqui. Vamos lá, vamos ver se a gente encontra essa Emily.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
Achei que ia ser a esposa dele ou algo do tipo. Tava até estranhando agora a forma que ela recebeu a gente. Só que aí eu me lembrei, ele viveu aqui. Ele morou aqui a vida inteira dele.
Always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
Pois é, minha filha, essa hora da noite, calma aí. Primeiro deixa eu terminar de ver aqui o que tem aqui na casa. Porque depois que eu falar contigo, eu vou ter que sair fora, então... Olha lá, rodar na casa da uma garota. Opa, diário. Ih, muita coisa. Galera, esse aqui eu vou passar rapidinho. Outra hora eu leio pra vocês porque já estamos quase fechando aqui. Então, vamos passar aqui. Tem uma pausinha aí pra quem quiser dar uma olhada, mas calma. Depois, é claro. Daqui uns 30, 40... daqui uns 15, 30 minutinhos a gente vai estar fechando. Eu já vim aqui? Não. Beleza, que é pra sair da casa. Não tem como subir em lugar nenhum aqui. Opa!
No invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign. No sign of a struggle. It seems Charlotte's friend knew the killer and let him in.
Pelo jeito eu já encontrei a investigação antes mesmo de falar com a mulher. Carta de amor da Emily. Meu querido Jackix, estou ansioso para vê-lo novamente hoje à noite. Amanhã eu mal posso esperar. Desde o nosso beijo naquela ponte sob a luz brilhante do luar, não quero mais nada senão sentir os seus dentes nos meus lábios de novo. Que? A dor excruciante da sua doce mordida no meu pescoço, seu diabinho. Pelo momento mais longo da minha vida, tive medo que você fosse me matar ali na ponte em plena madrugada, mas não, meu querido Jackix. Você continuou a ser o noivo delicado que é e só estava brincando comigo. Mal posso esperar para beber o seu sangue desta vez e voltar para minha querida amiga Charlotte, como uma imortal, para brincar com ela primeiro, é claro, assim como me ensinou a brincar com os mortais, então transformá-la em uma de nós também, para que possamos reinar nas noites de Londres e livrar esta cidade de suas almas impuras, eternamente sua Emily.
Emily wanted to become a vampire. Something must have gone wrong. Someone is responsible for this mess. But who?
Vestido. Dá pra vir aqui? Bem, cara, se eu pude entrar na casa sem ser convidado, é porque ela tá morta. Dá pra descer aqui? Não. Vamos voltar pra... Vamos falar, né? Direito com a mulher aqui, porra. Eu vou ter que... Carai. Vou ter que... Não é aqui, cara, a entrada da casa? Por que eu não consigo mais bater na porta? Eu tenho que entrar pelo outro lado, então, da casa mesmo. É. Tem que ser lá pelo outro lado. Ô, caralho. Vamos lá de novo.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, Jonathan. Please. About stupid vampire.
Agora a gente vai conversar com ela. E acho que eu vou ter que voltar lá no quarto de novo.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
Sua vida em Londres, minha filha.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
Ok.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden, and I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Ok. Não tenho nenhuma pergunta pessoal.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Ok.
Goodbye for now.
Vamos ver. Vasculhar a sala. Só que qual sala? Essa daqui é que não vai ser, mas...
This hour of night?
Provavelmente é lá naquela casa mesmo. Então vamos lá de novo. Eu deixei alguma coisa passar. Pera. Ah, ok. Tá, faz sentido. Aquilo ali é a missão principal, não tô fazendo a missão principal. Eu tava estranhando que tinha 2Y ali no meu radar. Não tem sangue. Na verdade tem. Ele não quer investigar isso aqui, então não é nada importante. Não dá pra abrir isso aqui. Ah, aqui ó.
Blood. I should follow the trail.
Porra! Ele não olhou aquele ali, mas olhou esse aqui. Então tá bom, né? Beleza. Aqui. Pra cá. Como é que eu não vi esse, velho? Sério? Pra cá não, só pra lá mesmo. Abrir mais um atalho. Parou aqui. Ali. Não, parou aqui mesmo. Ah, que mais? Beleza. Cadê o outro que era pra estar aqui? Ah, tá aqui. Ué, eu ia bater em você, cara, mas beleza.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I'm not here to sustain myself. I'm currently investigating the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
What the fuck?
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
Que porra de nome, cara.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Econs as family, don't you?
Eu não sei pra que eu pergunto, né, meu amigo?
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Tá certo.
What are you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate, yet intense spectacle.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
Nossa.
You take pleasure from others' misery.
I have been a totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was reborn, sir. And probably before.
Tá escrito que eu nasci, que eu renasci.
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last redingote.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
The body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
Nossa. É, cara, fazer o quê?
I believe you, sir. Emily's diary confirms your statement.
Oh, Emily was her name. Quite charming. Well, mystery solved then.
Yes, I suppose so. You can go.
And so can you. Farewell, sir. May you enjoy the spectacle of this fallen city as much as I do.
Beleza. Eu não posso dizer que ele merece morrer por causa disso, porque ela que buscou realmente. Ela foi pra cima dele, né? Fazer o quê? Mas parece que ele caça pessoas, então podia ter matado ele também. Mas eu também tô matando um monte de pessoa aí direto. Tipo esses cal aqui agora. Então vambora, eu não vi nada. Só vamos lá falar com a maluca lá, Charlotte. O que que rolou? Talvez a Charlotte mude de ideia agora. Pô, não tem nada aqui. Beleza, como é que eu saio desse lugar? Por aqui mesmo? Foi, nice. Aí, agora dá pra abrir. Na verdade eu abri isso aqui quando eu passei pra lá. Caralho, mostra o radar, meu filho. Pra cá? Não, ué. Ah, ok, faz sentido. Quando a gente chega perto, sai do radar. Agora eu tenho que me guiar pelo sangue. Vênus. Tá, esse aqui é um beco fechado. ter que dar a volta para cá. Cadê? Charlotte, cadê você, minha filha? Desconhecida. Beleza. Vamos falar logo com você, vamos.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
Ela é uma vampira?
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones. Their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
What?
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me, or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, doctor.
Caralho, tô ficando resfriado pra caralho.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm hungry. I need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reed?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
Nossa. Você precisa ir pro hospital, minha filha.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently? Infection. The rats carry it, I heard. Rats. Many rats around that big house. Funny smell too. Dead flesh. And where is this house?
West of the park. Not very far. A big house with no sound, no light, no life left.
É o mesmo lugar que já me disseram.
Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Tá todo mundo falando dessa casa. Eu vou fazer essa parte da casa antes de fecharmos, mas... deixa eu falar com a Charlotte antes. Nós estávamos indo pra cá quando eu parei pra falar com a moleca aqui, maluca aqui. Não dá pra abrir essa porra. Apareceu algo pra mexer aqui? Não, foi a maçaneta que brilhou. Cara, eu não vou achar a Carolina aqui. Esse brilho, velho, parece até que tá dando tiro ali na porta. É muito estranha a iluminação desse jogo. Pra cá eu vou sair do lugar, não é pra sair. Cara... Alguém foi atacado. Eu ouvi um grito. Onde que veio essa porra? Daqui? Aqui é a casa do Ascalon, não é?